What is going on, guys? I hope you're doing well. Today we are back for Chaos Zero Nightmare, and today this is the time for, well, a Narja guide. Yes, a lot of you asked me what to build for her, how do you build her, so this is the video just for it. So at the end of this video, excuse me, you will know exactly how to build her, how to play her, and what she is made for. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first of all, what you need to know about Narja is that she is a controller instinct attribute. And what does a controller do in Chaos Zero Nightmare? It works as a support, indeed, because a lot of her card does healing, attack boost, and, well, boost everything. Okay, so Narja is going to, well, heal your teammate with some basic cards, add veracity. You can stack up veracity, which is one of her main gimmick. Veracity, when hitting with an attack card, you have 40% fixed heal, so more healing from every single attack card that you are using if you have veracity stacks. And if your health is 50% or higher, well, this attack card will deal 30% more damage, just like that. So she is going to be healing you a lot, which is really important, and this is really nice. Now here she can support you by even reducing some of the cost that some of your cards are going to cost. So yeah, the next 2 times veracity is activated, decrease cost of 1 random card in hand by 1 for 1 turn. So she reduced cost of your hands even. And she have another gimmicks, which is predation. As long as you have veracity states, like the veracity stacks, you will have the possibility to have predation. And what does predation do? Well, it add up another 80% damage amount dealt by attack cards. This is really nice to have. And the last thing that she is going to kind of do is by with certain of her epiphany card, just like this one here, well, she enhances the defense based damage taken by the enemy by 100% with this card. And with the bottomless hunger, well, she can even do it 100% more, and those cards actually can stack, so you can play 2 bottomless hunger in 1 turn, so it's going to up 200% defense based damage more, and you will be able to do this epiphany card here, and for 2 turns add up another 100% more damage. So you're going to crank up this defense based damage taken to the enemy by 300%, which is crazy. It is crazy. Okay, so this is what Narja is made of. So she is a controller. She can be utilized in kind of every single comp in the entire game because how well she is versatile and she is supporting all of your team. So here I'm going to start talking about her cards. What does her cards you can like kind of want to upgrade? Well, you have the Shackles of Hunger here. Shackles of Hunger is the first card that you can get epiphanies on, and this one is kind of important because when you are going to draw it, this is the attunement wording. When you're going to draw it, you're going to gain a free 4 stack of veracity, and there's some more epiphany, especially like this one. This one is like the one that I would consider being like the most useful at like almost all the time. Is going to, well, you're going to do another hit and you're going to gain 6 veracity stacks just like that. If you're going to have like a bunch of veracity, you can choose this one, Shackle of Hunger. He has retained, so if you know that you're going to unleash a really nice attack card, well, go for this one because it's going to decrease your veracity stack by 5, but it's going to upgrade your damage by 200% on the next attack card that you're playing, which is really huge, especially if you're going to play that before mealtime. The other one is going to be Bottomless Hunger. So at base, this card is actually great, but the thing that is really nice here is either like you gain this one, more velocity stacks, so it's like it's already pairing up really well with the effect that it gives. So you gain 3. The 2 next you're going to use, well, you're going to reduce the cost of 2 cards in your hand. This is straight up decreasing the cost of 2 random cards in the hand, which is really nice. This one, well, you are going to have the unique attribute here, so you can use that if you like kind of manipulate the game in order to actually build a deck for a certain like person. But there is actually 3 options that I will consider pretty good with Narja, which is going to be this one, especially this one if you're running with base damage team with like Vanguards, which is going to be Calipe, Maribel, Hamir, stuff like that. This is really huge. But this one here with lead, it add up with 7 velocity stack, which is really nice. And for 1 turn each time velocity is activated, plus 40% damage to the next meal time. So if you're going to use a lot of attack cards, you're going to use a lot of velocity stacks, well, your next use of mealtime is going to be insane. And what is mealtime, you are asking? Well, mealtime is like our last card, which is a really nice card. If velocity is decreased by 1, it's going to decrease the cost, so most of the time it's going to be like a 0 cost card. And for each time it is going to be used, well, you are going to be adding 30% heal amount until this is used. Defense based damage to all enemies, and it's going to heal even more. It's going to grant you predation, and if you're going to play with the Bottomless Hunger Epiphany like this one, is going to add up even more and more damage. And if you're pairing this one with the Shackle of Hunger right there, with this one, you're going to add up even more damage to every single enemies, which is really nice. She can transform from being a support to a brain dead DPS, which is really nice. Here, the next card is going to be Voluntary Control. What does Voluntary Control? This is probably like your main cards to gain a stacks of Veracity, as you can read right there. If Veracity is fewer than 6 stacks, gain 6 Veracity, and if 6 or more stacks, gain 2 Predation. You have a bunch of Epiphanies again. You have 2 upgrades cards which have the unique effect here. Normally, if you're playing with Serenial, I highly suggest you to just pick this one. This is really nice. Like each time you will have to actually, what's good is you have to actually dupe the card before. So you will have 2 copies, and one of the copy was going to be this one, and the other one is going to be the first one here, because it's going to gain you 9 stack of Veracity. And it is the old gimmick about Narja. You want to stack up the most amount of Veracity for the healing and damage output from all your team. Here we have the domain of Veracity. Well, when I'm playing with Serenial, I'm playing with that because on Ravage you gain 3 Veracity stacks. It can be anyone, so this is really huge to have. And most of the time I'm going to play this one, because for 2 turns 100% defense base taken from the enemy. So your Vanguard, it's going to be, like I said earlier, it's going to be Magna, Amir, Maribel, or even Magna. They're going to do a massive amount of damage if you're going to play this card before they are going to attack. So this is really nice. And this one, each time mealtime is used, it's going to increase the heal of this card, which is pretty nice as well. So if you really want to know like what to actually build on, I have something for you here on the website. I have the best card here, so I'm going to be leading the link in the description. So the best cards are going to be those ones for the most of the time, like the generic like play style of Narja, not the DPS version, but the more supportive stuff like that. There's going to be this one, and honorable mention, like I said, there's a bunch of cards that is really nice. And I have a deck example right there with 1 Shackle of Hunger, 2, 3 Bottomless of Hunger, which it gives you a bunch of veracity and decrease some cost of your cards. Gain even more veracity here, and then the mealtime is going to be the memory feint that is going to cost you right there. This is all available on my website, and it is going to be on the link in the description. But here we have now the partner. Of course, we have Gaia. This is her dedicated partner. She is the one that works better with Narja because it increases straight up defense-based damage, and when you are using a unique attack card of the design, like when you're going to use mealtime, well, plus 20% damage to all allies. So each time you're going to use mealtime for the first time, you're going to get a permanent 20% more damage to all your allies attack card, which is really nice to have. And for the cost of 3, you're going to draw an attack card and deal defense-based damage 4 times. And with a lot of cards, like I told you, you're going to increase your defense-based damage, and this card's going to deal even more damage. So this is really fine. But there is not only Narja that can be really good with her. You can go for Alisa, you can go for Yvonne that increase the defense increase here. You can go for Awel, or you can go for here Alisa. I have a little portion here on my website that you can go. It's going to be on the best partner part. So you're going to have Gaia. Best 4-star is going to be Alisa. A good alternative here is going to be Nyx if you have the battle pass and well you purchase a Nyx. And the last one is going to be Yvonne. So best is going to be Gaia, just because of how she works and gives more to the table than Alisa. But then just under Gaia is going to be Alisa, and she helps you actually do even more healing at the end of the battle, which is really nice to have in your arsenal. So Narja is going to be working pretty well with those ones. Now, let's go for the the potential. So the potential route here, what you are going to want is actually this route right here. You can slack off of this one, but the first one here going to increase damage and heal amount of basic cards. And remember, basic cards are the 3 that are there. And with Narja, which is really nice, it doesn't really that matter much if you don't remove those ones, because it grants healing, but most importantly, they gain 2 veracity stacks. So you can kind of keep those cards into your hand, which is not going to hurt her build that much. But the first one, the attack card, just remove that shit. We don't want that. But those one, if you cannot, you don't have enough memory feint to remove them, you can just keep them, and it will actually help you a lot with some degeneration of veracity. This is the reason why on a potential this is maxed out. And the first potential nodes here, right here, is going to be the cheapest, so really affordable. You can just upgrade it. After that, you want to go 1 here for the neutral. Doesn't really matter. You don't use neutral cards with Narja. That's cool. And the reason why you want that is because actually it gives the 2 veracity on the basic healing cards. So this is where it comes from. Here, you're going to, of course, want to max out this potential node here, the unique cards upgrade. This is all of her cards. Shield gain, heal damage, name it, she's going to have a huge potential unlock with this. Defense, no brainer. You want the most defense as possible with Narja to amplify her healing, her damage, everything. Then critical chance, if you want her to actually do damage and crit stuff, this is a no-brainer. This one is you can just slack off a little bit if you don't have the gear or you're just not aiming for a Narja DPS build. But me, I want all my characters to actually deal damage, so this is the reason I upgraded it. And the last one is no-brainer heal, plus 10% damage amount to veracity. So your veracity is going to be even more damage, and if Narja's defense is greater than 300, which is mine is all over 300, plus 20% damage amount to predation, so even more damage when I'm having stack of predation. Here, this is the optional one, so it is just going to increase the healing of your basic cards. So Like I said, those one are going to have a little bit of increase about her healing. Nothing too deep. Nah, it's really optional, up to you. But remember that it costs like a bunch of those crystals and too little feather right there. Just keep that in mind before using that. And if you want to show, if you really want to know which route it is still available in the website here. So this is the route that I just explained to you. So yeah, that recommended here, optional, but basics here are good, and this node is kind of cheap. So yeah, this is what you want to go for Narja. Now, memory fragment. So yeah, Narja have like kind of 3 different ways to do it. Like you have the generic defense, supportive. You want to stack up the most ferocity stacks as possible. You have the way that increase the damage potential of your defense based team, and the last way is going to be straight up DPS Narja. But now I'm playing with a kind of DPS Narja, as you can see. I have attack, defense, and crit damage, so everything stack up for more damage, the most damage outcome that I can play with Narja. So this is all my stats. I recommend here critical chance, like always. This is a no-brainer for almost every single character in the game. For the amulet, critical chance, this is a stat that is just, it can like completely go wrong or completely go right. Like a crit can save you the fight, so keep that in mind. A crit can save you the fight. So if you want to crit, even if it's on a support character, this is what you want to aim. So here we have instinct damage. Instinct damage, you will have more damage with her. You can go whatever, but instinct damage is the most efficient way for her to deal more damage. I have defense stat here. The last one is going to be defense percentage. You want the most defense as for this, and everything here going to be alike. So this is the way you want her to be built. So this is my stats for her. So I have 541 attack, 400 defense, some stuff. I will have some 50% critical chance, 100%, 160% damage crit, which is really, really nice. And my deck is going to be a full dedicated deck for generating veracity and playing with Narja, which is really, really nice. And if you're wondering what stat is going to be upgraded for Narja with the memory fragment, well, you have it on the website right there, memory fragment. You go for this here. This can be used as well. So these 2 sets are going to be good, or critical damage and tetra for defense. So when used properly for Piece of Judgment's Flame, add 50% additive damage versus ravage enemy. If you're going to play with Serenial, which have a lot of it is easily able to actually ravage the enemy. So well, this can be good with her. And Instinctual going to be having a little buff, which now when you have 3 cards in your hand, you're going to increase the damage that it comes. So this is even more a good choice for Narja. So the second set here, the second 2/2/2 sets is going to be the more generic supportive set. So basic card healing and shield, here some HP and here some defense. Yeah, overall team durability here. This is the way, and this is the one I am using. If you're going for the FPS, it's the DPS route with Narja, this 2/2/2 combo is the best. Grants attack, def, and critical damage. All you need to enhance Narja damage output. This is my personal favorite since it's very consistent and don't have any restriction or requirement to triggers. So the substat that you want to aim for every single piece of equipment is going to be those ones. So defense flat, defense percentage, critical damage, and health flat. Like it's kind of the same deal here. So critical chance, defense flat, defense, critical damage percentage, and defense percentage at the end. So this is all available on the right side in this magnificent page. So there is a nice other option here. So manifest ego. The good thing about Narja is that she performs really, really well at E0, which is no dupes in like no dupes at all. If you're going to aim for like a lot of dupes for her, well, E2 is going to be good, because when you use a veracity stack, you have 25% chance, so 1 chance out of 4 to generate another veracity. So it's going to like just instantly refound your veracity stack, which is really nice. After that is going to be for the like, more damage route is going to be the E4, and then the last one at the end of the turn, deal for 50% damage into a random enemy for each predation decrease this turn. So each time you're going to use a predation stack, you're going to deal just damage to a random enemy and heal. So yeah, but overall she performs really well with 0 dupes, which is really huge, and this is one reason why you should kind of summon for Narja, especially that she is going to go out pretty soon. I am going to make a video like just before season 2, just to say what is going to be good for her, why you should summon for Narja, why you should not summon for Narja if you don't have like it or something like that. This is all be in the next video later this week. Now, the thing that you kind of want to know here is going to be her teammates, and her teammates, this is going to be available on the website as well. So team synergy. Team synergy, you go on the route here, so going to be Calipe Serenial, Maribel Hamir works really fine, Veronica Chizuru, and Veronica Maylin. And we know from the devs that actually 9 is going to be really well synergized with Narja, so I'm probably going to see Narja a 9 and either Calipe Serenial or Narja 9 and Chizuru as well, stuff like that. So here, I'm not going to read everything here. You can just pause the video right there, read why this com works, why this comms works, and everything here. Can pause the video, but this is, as I'm going to say it again, all available on the website, and the link is going to be in the description. So this is going to be what is her best team synergy so far, what I experienced. And now the last part of this video is going to be, well, for her equipment, her items, what is going to be good for her. So on my best save data, the only item I got was that. That's a shame. that's really a shame, unfortunately. But if you are wondering what is good for her in every single situation, well, again, this is available on the website on this little category here, best item. Just click on it and it's going to show you on each and every available planet that I am playing, that is available right now as I am recording the video. So the Blue Pot, Twin Stars Shadow, City of Mist, Swamp of Judgments, Foretold Ruins, and Laboratory 0. These are all the planets that are available, and on season 2 we are going to have a brand new one that is going to well be available on this page as well, once I'm just doing some testing. So on the Blue Pot, natural hostility when an enemy is defeated, damage to all enemies, and the announcement of catastrophe is actually the best in slot about every single time in the run. This item is dropped by Cthulhu, the octopus man, name it how you want. This item here and this item here is going to be dropped by this guy, and this is a lot of randomness, but this is her best in slot most of the time. Here you can even bring some Crimson Bloodstone on using an attack cards, which she have, and mealtime is an attack card and stuff like that, and it can recover health to equal 9% of the damage deal. So the more damage you deal, the more healing you're going to have. So this pairs well with mealtime, an upgraded version of mealtime. Boom. Blah. Crimson Stone, you're going to heal for like a 500 and more for just one attack card that you're going to play, which is really nice. Here you have the Twin Star Shadow, the Violet Butterfly Whip. Increased, you can read it. So Kirak Core, it's just healing. Overall, like the 2 planet that she's going to really kind of shine more for me, especially is going to be the Foretold Ruins, really nice. The Runelands, if use more than 5 AP in one turn, well, you're going to have more shield and damage and healing. When you're going to play with Serenial and stuff like that, you're going to just gain AP, and if you have some Divine Epiphanies as well, you're going to end up with a lot of AP. So this can be used for her when ego points are 3 or lower. When you're going to crit, you're going to generate ego points, and ego points are the ultimate that all your combatant can use. But the last piece is the best one, plus 15% defense, and each time you're going to have a shield, you're going to retain 20% of the shield this turn. So if you are going to shield 100% this turn, you are going to start with a 20% shield for the other turn, and as long as you can having a shield, this is really, really nice to have. But the ultimate version for 100% DPS Narja is going to be in the Swarm of Judgment with the dagger that tricked the shadow, more critical damage, fairy crowns, more critical chance, and the Verdant Shackles plus 12% attack and 12% defense, which is really, really huge since defense-based attack scale on both of these. So 20% is going to be from the attack and 80% is going to be from the defense stat, which is really, really, really good. So again, all available on the website. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. Everything you needed to know about Narja, from what she's made of, from her best partner synergy, from her potential route, memory fragment, what substance. You know everything now about Narja, and I even talked about what is coming up for you with the season 2. So she's going to be a huge asset. So you might just keep that in mind before maybe you wanted to skip her. I told you this girl here is probably one of the best free-to-play versatile character in the entire game, and you kind of really should summon for Narja. She is awesome. Okay, so there you have it. I hope this guide helped you, and if it did, well, like the video right now. It helps a lot for those kind of videos. It helps freaking a lot. Subscribe for more Chaos Zero Nightmare guide and content just like that. And as for me, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.